Hi guys, it's Nick. This is your Monday debrief for the Toronto Area Hospice Regatta that took place on June 14-15. I was sailing on Shane Returns, the Beneteau 36.7 at RCYC, skippered by Jeffrey Long. With us we had Richard, Bruce, Steve, George, Derek, Briar, and Pete, along with myself. So thanks guys for coming out and making it a great weekend. This is a team that I've sailed a lot with. We've sailed together a lot as a group, so we know each other pretty well. The only downside of this team is that we tend to hop on the emotional roller coaster and ride it whichever way it's going to take us. When we win big and everyone's happy and super excited, but as soon as that there's a moment of down, we don't quite meet our own very high expectations for ourselves, we just go very dark, and it makes it very hard to recover from anything like that. So one thing that we need to work on as a group is kind of keeping everything much more even keel. We win, it's yay, but not too high, and then we go down, it's okay, let's shake it off and go to the next one. Saturday was very difficult conditions. We very big wind shifts. There were 2 races with 180 degree wind shifts that we were on the upside of one that we were able to maintain our lead, and the other one we were in the wrong spot for it, and it didn't really work out for us. What was going on, there was a northerly system that was fighting the standard southerly sea breeze, and every once in a while one of those would take over and you would get those conditions. So it made it very difficult for the race committee. I think they did a great job, all things considered. So you had to be very heads up all the time, looking for that next puff, next shift, what is going to get us up there faster. Particularly race 2, we were able to capitalize on a couple nice puffs, nice shifts, and really extend ourselves in front. So that's kind of what you had to do all day Saturday, was just head out of the boat looking for what's coming next. Sunday was a little steadier. We had very few wind shifts, maybe once it settled in, maybe 10 degrees, small oscillations. It's about 6 to 8 knots from the southeast. And the way this course shapes up is it's very, very consistent no matter every time I sail there out of this. So where you are, you're a little bit west of Toronto Island in kind of the northern edge of Humber Bay, what we call Humber Bay. And what it does is there's a little bit of current coming out of the river going towards kind of out into the lake and heading east towards the island, around the tip of the island. And the further inshore that you are, the more current you get, and the further out in the lake, the less current you get. So when you went left, you got a little bit of current help, and I think there was a lot more pressure over there as well. So starting was at a premium. You had to be able to get off the line, go to the left corner, tack, and go all the way across on the port lay line. Those guys who jumped out to the right early, you're never coming back. You're always having to claw back. And the last race, this kind of evened out a little bit, but for the most part, you had to go left. I thought we were very fast upwind. Our rig was very, very loose. I think we were down to our lowest setting on the forestay. Our shrouds were almost at their lowest setting. Also, we're just trying to keep everything loose and able to power up very easily in those lighter conditions. It was very easy to over trim your sails all weekend and get just too much, basically shut down the back end of the sail. We're always looking to keep everything flowing, a little twistier than we might want it sometimes, and always be willing to ease the main sheet out a little bit. So to gauge that, we're watching the speedo very carefully and seeing when are we starting to speed crash, and that's, your speed's going, say, 5.2 to 5.1, 5, 4.9, and now the speed's just going on this steady down that you have to correct in a hurry, otherwise, you're losing those little boat lengths here and there. And I thought we did a really good job of being heads up on that all weekend. Downwind, we were a little too average for my liking, so we have a little bit of work to do there to get us going faster. Overall, all weekend, I think we were just fighting the boat a little bit too much. Nothing was smooth and simple. We were always fighting something, whether it's a halyard that's wrapped around something, a sheet's not clearing. Nothing went smoothly, which kind of adds to that frustration if you don't have the boat speed that you think you normally have. So we just need to do a better job of hitting that reset button when things, don't go our way, when we don't finish where we think we should have finished, when we get a bad break, instead of trying to go out and hit a home run the next race and all of a sudden we're over early, we tried too hard to do too much, and then now we're really behind. Nobody's winning. So that's something we really need to work on. Other than that, just a little bit more polishing on the boat handling. I think we were just rusty this weekend. The season started late. We haven't had as much practice as we usually do. So all in all, I thought it was a good weekend. It was productive. We figured out where our weaknesses are. We figured out where our strengths are and what we need to tweak moving forward for the rest of the season. I'd like to congratulate Steve Menchie and Zingara on winning the event. Brian Rudder finishing second. Guys sailed great, very consistently all the time. And also Joe Pallone on showing up with his dad's boat for the first time. Joe, I know we all wish it was under slightly better circumstances, but I think it's safe to say that we're all very proud of you, and your dad is also. So thanks to everybody who showed up. Like, subscribe, follow along for all these, and I'll see you guys next week.